I had a question. The producer of What If, creator of What If, was asked, does Multiverse take away the stakes in Marvel? When a character dies, does that matter anymore because we have a multiverse? And I said it does remove the stakes because you have multiverse and time travel, and they proved in What If that they are willing to transfer people from timelines to another timeline.
Here's how my philosophy on it.
Because Black Widow ended up in another timeline that was not her natural timeline.
Yeah.
And she simply just replaced a dead one.
Here's how I see it. If it comes down to the point where, like, with the Spider-Man No Way Home rumors, where you have different realities, but they're different people, like different actors.
Right. And Miles Morales is not Peter Parker.
Yeah. Or, I mean, Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield, and Tom Holland are all Peter Parker, but they're different Peter Parkers, right? Like, they don't look the same.
One's
so, like,
25, the other's 16.
Yeah. Yeah. If you grabbed Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark out of a different universe, that would 100% void anything that happened.
Well, you think about
that would void the whole Infinity Saga.
Well, exactly, and that's the thing. It kind of removes it.
If you pulled,
because Infinity War was already voided with Endgame. You voided Infinity War with Endgame anyway.
Yeah.
Infinity War didn't need to happen.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been like one giant movie. But if you pull, like, I know this. He tried out for the role. If you pull Tom Cruise's Iron Man out of Tom Cruise's Tony Stark out of a different universe, that
you have Sir Ian McKellen and Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, exactly. I think that
well, they're times, but
that takes away from, like, the different. Or you have, like, Joaquin Phoenix tried out to be Doctor Strange. If you have Joaquin Phoenix playing Supreme Strange,
I could see Joaquin Phoenix as Supreme. I could
Strange.
also see Joaquin Phoenix as Mephisto.
Yeah.
I could see Joaquin Phoenix as anything insanely dark and creative.
Yeah. Nightmare. You do Nightmare.
I mean, honestly, he could do anything. He's so good.
Yeah.
I found out recently he grew up in a cult and escaped a cult.
Nice.
He was born into a cult.
Weird. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like, I know that they have different. Emily Blunt tried to be Black Widow. Like, she tried out to be Black Widow.
And yet she talks crap about superhero movies?
Yeah.
That doesn't make any
all
sense.
smoke.
She talked crap about superhero movies. But you wanted to be Black Widow, huh?
Yeah. Emily Blunt cast this.
But yeah, so my personal opinion is that it does because they've proven they're willing to take people. And like you kind of pointed it out, it removes that you answered the question. It does remove the stakes because it completely voids it. That was my whole issue when Endgame came out. Is I was like, please don't have time travel. And they're like, well, how do you expect them to do it? It's like, or make a change. I don't. I expect you to move forward with Thanos winning.
Yeah.
Like, I expect you to figure out a solution to Thanos winning without time travel, without multiverse travel. Sometimes the villain has to have a partial win in order to have, like, true creative artwork.
Yeah.
So they put Black Widow in What If into another timeline. So I made a comment once saying death in Marvel is never permanent because of this. I got a reply immediately on Twitter saying, you're a dumbass, obviously, which is true, and it was like, obviously death is permanent, otherwise bring back Tony Stark and Black Widow. Well, guess what? Because of What If, they could grab a Black Widow from another universe and put her in our timeline.
See, that's the issue I have with it, though. If it's Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, absolutely have a problem with it, because that's. But if it's Emily Blunt's Black Widow, that's different for
infinite multiverses, they could, in theory, bring a Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah, they
could bring an Emily Blunt.
They could, but that would completely void if you bring back Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow in anything other than a past flashback, that's the word, or you bring in Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark in a flashback or AI. You can bring him back in AI because when Tony Stark was in a coma, he made himself kind of like Zola, where he was able to talk to everybody with AI. If he's not AI or a flashback, I don't want Robert Downey Jr.'s Tony Stark. But I would take like Tom Cruise's Tony Stark for a little bit. You know what I mean?
I agree 100%. Bring in if you're gonna bring in the same character, it has to be a different actor playing a different version.
Yeah,
it can't be the same actor playing a different version because
it won't make sense, especially after No Way Home.
Right. So the director or the creator of What If, their response was, "We hope that if we take a creative direction with it, that the audience will be happy with it." I think the audience isn't going to be happy if it's the same actor.
Yeah.
I think we just kind of let us know how you feel. Would you want Scarlett Johansson to come back and say that she's just a different Black Widow where Clint was the one to die and she wasn't from that universe?
Yeah.
Do you want it to be the same Robert Downey Jr. come back? And do you want that, or would you rather have a Tom Cruise for 2 movies playing it? And then do you want that? Let us know, because I'm not a fan of the multiverse and time travel being able, if they want to at any time, being able to completely void any previous action.
If you say we don't have a Tony Stark in our universe anymore, but only Tony Stark can solve this problem, and Doctor Strange wants to go to a different universe to get Tony Stark's help, but it's a different Tony Stark, that is 100, that's okay. And it's Tom Cruise, or I'm saying Tom Cruise, that's the only person, but there could be a million other.
I'm sure there was 100 people that tried out for Iron Man.
Yeah, that's a great question.
That's our thoughts on that.